Probably sneak out a second repentance episode here before I pass things off. Jeez Louise, man. It's going to be a greedier mode run, just for the record. Don't have the best characters left for greedier. I think we're going to try greedier Eve and see if this works. Yeah, don't do the lost. We got a lot of good momentum today. I mean, this is a all gas stream right now. I won alt path Tainted Isaac, then went on schooled, won schooled, came back, true ending Tainted Isaac, no big deal. We're chilling, man. Okay, don't die. My 2 cents, don't die. If you die less, you will win more. A lot of people won't say it. They're worried about ruffling feathers. I disagree. Yeah, die less, win more. Never let them know what you're against or what you're for. If the bar charges, is it bad? No, if the bar charges, you create another little blood buddy here, which we got one of, but at the cost of 1 HP for yourself. But then when I use this item in the bottom right, it returns all the blood buddies to me and all of their HP. So the way that you kind of play this character is you establish like a risk reward, where you're like, how much damage am I willing to do, knowing that the more damage I do, the less damage I can take before I catastrophically lose the run. So it's a super neat champion. Thank you for the explanation. Excuse me. This is in Heroes of Newerth. They're called Sentinels. I don't know what they're... I don't know anything about MOBAs. I apologize. That's not true. I played like 800 hours of Dota 2, but... Whoops. Whoopsie. Is that what... By the way, when Apollo says, things are getting spicy... Is that from Dota? I know the question has been answered for me on numerous occasions in the past. That is from Dota. I knew that. I could have told you that. What the heck? So I've never seen this happen. This is new to me. And no comments about the double entendre that my sword looks like, okay? No comments. We run a family-friendly show here. We don't have too many kids watching because I mostly reference media that came out, 20 years before they were born. But that being said, in theory, we could. It is a questionable shape. It's dad-friendly. We're dad-friendly here. Trade offer. I receive one of the most fun items in the game. Yeah, my nieces might be listening. Yo, I had a pog moment last night, by the way. My sister-in-law called my wife at 9 p.m. on a Sunday. A little spicy, a little bit, we're family, so I'm not mad, but that's late in the day for, a phone call. Then I heard them talking, and my wife is, she was born in Korea, so, they were talking in Korean. And I just heard like a little bit of it. And then I looked at her and I said, "You talking about Animal Crossing?" And she went, "You ever see the 13th Warrior starring Antonio Banderas? And he gets like kidnapped by Viking raiders and like kept in their prison camp as like a translator or something. And then one day he just learns how to speak, I don't know what, maybe Danish. Because he's just sitting there watching them talk for so long. Like, I think that's what happened. I was like, "You're talking about Animal Crossing." So I hung up the phone. I was like, "We're a Sony household. We don't talk about Animal Crossing here." No, she was trying to explain to my sister-in-law that despite having more than one controller, and we're not going to go in here. You're going to be confused about that, and that's okay. But despite having more than one controller, this is well worth it in my world. You can't just play two-player Animal Crossing at the same time on one Switch. So we were like, you need two Switches if you want to play at the same time. And then they were kind of like, you can though? All right. Look, I wasn't on the call. You did. Sorry, Nintendo. So anyway, I think they're getting like an Ouya or something instead. Rip to them, but I'm built different. Okay, that's not bad. Nice pivot. Yeah, I should have known. Nintendo is good about that stuff. Like, dude, this is a stacked floor already. I'm just gonna buy this for safekeeping. But I remember like one of the Mario parties that came out on 3DS. If you own the game, you could play with like anybody else as long as they were in close proximity to you, even if they didn't know the game. It's just like one person here has a copy of Mario Party. Let's game on, man. This is a really cool. This is a really cool feature. Very forward thinking. Same with Mario Kart DS. Yeah, it's a really good idea, especially for those party games, man. I mean, like, what else are you gonna do with Mario Party on the DS, I guess? But yeah, then when Mario Party came out for the Switch, they were like, you don't need the normal Mario Party online mode. Like, we're just gonna, you can play 6 mini games and they'll rotate in and out every week. And then they fixed it though. I will say, I've gone through phases of my life where I've been like Nintendo lover, Nintendo hater, right? They're in a pretty good spot right now. But as a lifelong Nintendo consumer, at least since like the 90s, I feel like on a corporate level, they just go through periods of like not doing so hot, getting the chip on their shoulders, knocking it out of the park for the next generation. When they knock it out of the park for the next generation, they get a little cocky and they're like, check it out, we got a weird idea. And people are like, please don't do that. And then they do it anyway. And they come out with something like the Wii U, and everyone's like, we hate this, and, you know, it sucks. And then they're like, okay, fine. Then we'll make the Switch, and everyone loves it. And I'm wondering if the next thing they do is going to be like, you have to plug your we're going to put a chip in your brain. You can play Virtual Boy games while you sleep. We're going to have to be like, Nintendo, we told you, we don't want Elon Musk's Neuralink just so I can play, you know, Wario Land. Help me. Just so I can play that weird Mario Tennis game that came out on the Virtual Boy. This is not good. This is not good. Never mind, it's fine. No problem. This is another spicy room, honestly. Turns out like our damage, okay. Actually, just like pretty not good. Booger tears are helpful when they land. Ghost Pepper is insanely helpful. Like the more luck we can get, the merrier, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. But we're threading the needle right now. What accent do you have? It's like Canadian turned American through playing too much Xbox Live, and then after many years on YouTube, I don't know what happened, but I kind of turned into like a Philadelphia cab driver. It's a melange. It's a lot of different things all wrapped up. Dude, these are two great items. Like, both of these are awesome. I think Star of Bethlehem is maybe a little better, but they are both really good. I think we're out. Get me out of here. I do say pasta, and I do say plague. And I do say lava. Oh, that's a good idea. You can break the shopkeeper with ghost pepper. I didn't even think about that. Thank you. Bagel. I do say bagel. You're not wrong about any of those things. Owns. Good intel. That is great intel. How do you say drama? As a child, I would say drama for sure. I got drama class. For sure. But I got over it. I mean, there's a lot of words that I pronounce them differently as an adult than I did when I first started streaming. I don't know where strength came from. I think I heard someone say it and I thought that would be funny. And I said, let me take that one for myself. This belongs to me now. Another one is anxiety. I used to get roasted for that one because I used to say anxiety. And then people would go, I mean, this is before, like, you know, better Twitch TV emotes existed, but people were like, ang, omega lol, you know, etc., etc. So now I just say anxiety. Correct. I was impressed on Schooled how tuned into Twitch culture people are. They were fitting better Twitch TV emotes into their, like, in the middle of the conversation, and I was like, dude, I gotta get my legend out. I don't know what the heck these mean. I only found out about Keck W like 2 months ago. Don't even get me started. And then Dan's doing Keck Leo. I didn't know what Keck Leo was, and then it's Leonardo DiCaprio from Django Unchained. It's a great emote, don't get me wrong. I'll never enable it, but like in principle, it is fantastic. It's cringe? What are you talking? It's not cringe. It's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's not cringe. He's a very accomplished Hollywood actor. What are we doing? Oh, I'm almost dead, dude. How the heck did that happen? I've just been holding the button down. I guess that's how it happens. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're chilling. This run has the win. It's sewn up. I just need HP. Kekleo is highly cringe, dude. I don't know what the heck cringe is. Is cringe when you show up at school and you're like, it's fancy clothes day and you wear a suit and you go, these are fancy clothes. Like, I want to feel like I'm going to a job interview right now. And then when you wear a suit, everybody goes, hey, why are you wearing that suit? It doesn't even fit you because you're like 17 years old. You don't have a man's body yet. And it's cut to the proportions of like a middle-aged guy with a beer belly. And you're like, no, it's not. I look cool right now. I look cool as heck. I look like David Byrne from the Talking Heads. And they're like, who's David literally who? The biggest artist in the world right now is Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. This didn't happen. It's just a situation that's been rattling around in my brain for 16 years. These are both good items, no question there. I may be cringe, but I'm free. I almost gave the middle finger to the camera there. I was mildly upset. Yo, that's pretty good. I think it's getting the benefit of being inside of the star, too. I think cringe, you know, I think it's a mindset. You know what, like, cringe is to me? Cringe is a lack of self-awareness for the most part. Somebody, like a great example is, and I hate to say it because it's the one I literally just mentioned, but you know, if this has happened to you, then so be it, right? I'll give you a better example. The first one I was going to use is like the kid who shows up for his first day of college wearing like a full three-piece suit because he thinks this is like real adult life. It's cringe. He's, you know, is not dressed appropriately for the situation, and he's like trying to get something out of it, you know? Like he's trying to appear more serious than he actually is, more grown up than he actually is. This has happened to me in a different, and you're not going to believe me because this is a story about back when I had hair. But back in 9th grade, probably 2002 or 2003, you know, the boy band era, I went to the pharmacy and I got hair gel that was like products that could make your hair stick up however you wanted, but it was also like it had color to it. So it was like instead of getting frosted tips, you could just get like, you know, yellow hair gel. It was almost like paint, right? So I thought it would be so cool. I got the white hair gel, and then this is no joke. This is like one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me looking back. I went to school thinking I would look so cool. I had the Lance Bass like hair flipped up at the front, and then I put 2 white strips like right on my ears, like right where the sideburns are, just above my glasses line, and I was like, that's freaking sick, dude. And it's the worst feeling, right? Because I got on the bus, and like as soon as I got on the bus, kids were like, what the hell is wrong with your hair? And the bus driver's like, and you're like, here's the next 9 hours of your life are gonna be disastrous. So yeah, just about every class I went to that day, people were like, what the heck did you do to your hair? And I was like, I don't know, I just thought it would like look cool. and yeah, so that never happened again. I never did that ever again. But that's cringe, because you're like, you're trying to put on airs, but not like it's stolen coolness is what cringe is, I think. It's, you know, like when Michael Scott tries to tell a stolen joke and everybody at the office is forced to laugh because he's their boss. That's cringe, man. That's cringe. In my opinion. What do I know? I'm only the Joker, baby. Okay, we want luck. That's a gimme. Skipping Nod Leaf. Yeah, it's a bad item. It's a really good item. I would say, I hope this doesn't offend anybody. I think it's a really good item for me to poop on. Apart from that, not a huge fan. It's a free win, but can I ask you something? At what cost? You might find that in having gained the Nod Leaf and the victory, you lost yourself. Or at least some respect for yourself, I hope. Yo, Sprinkler's chilling though, man. Trade offer, you win, but you're stinky. Exactly. Oh, you know another thing is cringe, and stop me if you've heard this one before, you may have. But like, anybody else go to school with a kid who was like, you know, socially they ran into problems, and they would tell you their fantasies about how like 6 bullies, like cornered them in an alley, but they used their taekwondo skills to like beat them all up and make them beg for mercy. Like, don't trash dog mouth. Cobra Kai style, exactly. I'm fishing, man. I'm going on a fishing expedition. Yeah, why not? I want luck more than anything else. This is still pretty good. I think we're almost done here, right? Like, let me just make sure my wife knows I'm going to be like 6 minutes late. Okay, one moment, please. One moment. Hello. I will probably be 6 minutes late. Just finishing this run. Chat's scary today. Honestly, considering how much the host dwarfed the size of what we normally have, like, I thought it was pretty good. I thought that people were pretty well behaved, all things considered. Except for the person that said, "Is this the worst game ever to stream?" But I defeated them easily in the marketplace of ideas to defend the valor of the Binding of Isaac Repentance, and as a result, we've all come out of the situation stronger, I think. Yeah, but I don't know. The mods are probably doing some good stuff as well. That wouldn't surprise me. Mods are probably doing some good work. Yeah, just go, hey, be good in chat or I'm going to play the Austin Powers collectible card game again, okay? Don't make me turn this stream around and force Felicity Shagwell to tap my rod. Oh, thank you. Y'all trying to make me act up. Some chatter's always trying to ice skate uphill. So I'm just hanging out here. What about on the subreddit? People are being elitist. I don't speak for them, dude. That's like, I wish people would just be nice about it. But like, you know, I don't have control over the way that everybody in my community behaves. I know that's like the, yeah, first off, the one thing I would say, if I could control what my community said, my stress levels would be so much lower. You don't even know, man. I would be like, you know how many times like I have what I feel like is a good stream, and then I go to the subreddit and people are like, you know, 74.3 minutes in, he yawned in a way that I feel like now he probably has like an esophageal tumor or something like that. And I'm just like, help, you know? You just, obviously you set some example for your community. That's a gimme. But like, you don't control what everybody says. Yeah, also the tumor said something very troubling. This is mighty nice. This is very cheap. This is mighty nice. Let's go. It's a luck upgrade. You're a luck upgrade. No, you're not. Whatever. You could be. You want to be? Oh, Pickle Down Rickonomics. Thank you again. Thank you. Yeah, man. Like, and again, I'm not ragging on the community, right? Like, it's all good. But, we go through fits and spurts. But, like, that's probably should have taken the free one, I suppose. But, you know, we had the meme was like, there would always be like, some people would take flack from the community and then they would make like a streamer appreciation thread. And then the streamer appreciation thread would be like, you know, yeah, I really like this person, except for that time that they did this super messed up thing and I hope their career ends. And you're like, oh my God, just never ends, man. So, you know, I wish people, I mean, I guess what I want to like say most of the time is like, when I laugh, like, laugh is not the right word, but whenever, you know, people in the community have a super strong member or a strong reaction to, like, somebody that's, you know, maybe involved in a collaboration I'm going to be a part of, I'm like, how do you know all these people? It's not really an argument against it, don't get me wrong. But I'm like, I've been doing this damn job for, like, 10 years, and I don't know who anybody is. I just go live once every 2 years. I meet someone and I'm like, I like their vibe. We can be friends, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe it's, I guess if you follow live stream fails, you kind of get like a distilled biography. Like every streamer's existence just gets flattened out to like the 2 worst things they've ever said in their entire life or something like that. And then when, you know, they're like, oh, Bilbo's gonna be on the stream this week. I don't ever want NL to talk to Bilbo. And I'm like, I don't even know who Bilbo is. And they're like, in 2012, he took a turd out of his pants and then threw it at a daycare center. And I'm like, how do you know that? And they're like, I've seen all the reacts to, Bilbo reacts to footage, exposed, reacts. And you're like, excuse me, this is mine. Thank you. Look, I'm not saying you should pull a turd out of your pants and throw it at a daycare. I'm also like, you know, it's a lot to have to be aware of what everybody else has ever done in their lives at all times. Cancel Bilbo. Yeah, and it wasn't even his turd. Okay. We're gonna win. This is no problem. So, like, you know, the community is, for the most part, like, I don't know. You're gonna, it's not a nice thing for a streamer to say about the audience. But, like, most people are totally fine. But there are some people where I'm like, you need to watch my stream a little bit less. Because it's just too much. I'm out here for, like, 5 hours, you know, playing the Binding of Isaac Repentance and solving 8th grade algebra questions. Then I, like, finish the stream and there's, like, an essay about something that didn't even happen, but, like, in their head they played it out like it's gonna happen. And I'm like, I gotta go, like, spend time with my daughter. I can't be arguing or even reading this stuff, really. And plus, most of the time, it didn't even, like, happen. Hey, did you see the viral tweet this weekend that was like, well, that's a nice tweet you got there. Sure would be a shame if somebody misinterpreted it in the most, the way that made you look the worst in order to gain some moral superiority. I was like, that's what it's like, man. Not always, but certainly for, like, anytime you have a take about anything, like particularly at McDonald's. But anyway. Well, moving on. The Empress has appeared in the basement. That was perfect. Look at that. 29 cents. Squeeze it in there. Don't look, I haven't gone back to McDonald's yet. I haven't gone back in the DMs to McDonald's yet, all right? Look at that. $2.99. Good stream today. We did everything. And we did really well. I was surprised by how well it went here. Just wins nonstop. I appreciate being invited onto the school stream to begin with. So when you go back to Mizkiv's stream, make sure that he knows I was appreciative. I'll send a message in the back channel as well, but make sure he knows that it was, you know, I wasn't talking smack on my stream. Apart from that,